Oh, hi vlog. Welcome to another vlog. It is May 8th, 2023 as I film this. It is 6:51 p.m. It is a beautiful day out in the neighborhood. The kitties are all riled up. They want all kinds of loving. Hi, Napoleon. Hi. Bye. So anyways, if you're new here, I time code these vlogs because we take a lot of time to get awfully long. So if you want to jump around or jump back and forth or just go to the only things you care about in the vlog, you can do that pretty easily. See little gaps in the timeline, or if you open up the description, you'll see a big list of blue numbers that tells you what everything is, and just click on those numbers and jump right to what you want to see. That said, we are doing some fun cooking today. We got a couple of things, sort of, and they're most sort of out of the new Danny Trejo book. And we got to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Fate and the Furious. We got a Funko box we can unbox for y'all. We'll make a cocktail. And maybe talk about WWE Backlash, and it should be a good time. But I've already done the cooking segment for this, so I don't have to do it today, which is lovely. So I'm gonna go do some trailer reactions, and y'all enjoy this cooking, which this stuff turned out really delicious. All right, have fun. Okay, you've seen me do this a bunch before. We're gonna make 8 boiled eggs, technically steamed. So I've got them in my steamer basket. We got it's hard to see, about an inch of water in there. We're just trying to get that to a roaring boil. And then we're gonna put that in there. And we're gonna bring this down to about a medium low, a little over it for about 13 minutes, give or take a little bit extra. And then we'll put it in the ice bath, which I'll show you for 15 minutes. And then we will peel. And I'm not gonna take you through the whole process today. I'm not gonna film the whole process. I'm gonna show you the process. And then we'll get on making these cool eggs and the other stuff. So I'm gonna get back to my coffee. All right, it ran a little over, and damn it, we have a problem. I'm gonna have to make a second batch. I was debating. I mean, most of these are fine, but this is why you don't want imperfect eggs, because this puppy decided to pop open. Doesn't happen a lot, but it happens. Anyways, I gotta get these into the ice water, and I can't do it one-handed where these are broken, so I should have thought about that before I started filming. Can I make something like this work temporarily? Maybe. All right, so let's just try getting out what we can here so they can cool for 15 minutes. That's right, these are salad tongs. They just totally try to get the middle one out first, makes the rest a little easier. Right into the ice bath. Another one, okay, after that they're gonna get way easier. Ice bath, and ice bath, and ice bath, ice bath, and ice bath, and then we will even put the busted boy into the ice bath. And something needs to get on top of it because it wants to float. Because we all float down here. Echo, set timer for 15 minutes. Echo, set timer for 15 minutes. Woohoo! All right, we'll come up, peel. Okay, definitely doing a second batch. We got another one in here that's, we got 2. Jesus, these are some terrible eggs for doing this. Well, hopefully we'll end up with 8 we can work from, or at least 4 and half the recipe. Damn it. Anyways, also some of these, like this yolk is almost all the way at the end here, so that's not gonna be usable. Some of these, I don't know if it's the older or the fresher. But I got some pretty good ones to start working with. Just wanted to show you this beast, the weird one, how it came out. Like, this is still edible, but it's just kind of interesting. It certainly is not gonna be good for a boiled egg. But I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with it. Like, if you're making egg salad, that's still totally usable. But I got a few more minutes to get the next batch out, so hopefully we have enough. As long as like 3 or 4 of these come out good, we should be in good shape. But man, I've never had this many eggs. Usually if I do 16, I'll get 1 fail, maybe. Even that's not common, but 3.5 actual fails, that I just did a bad job peeling. And again, if you don't know, I love this peeler. It just makes life so much easier. Granted, not the best for doing boiled eggs when you want them to look pretty, like deviled eggs, but it is what it is. Okay, these actually mostly turned out better. Only one of them actually failed. It looks pretty much like the other one with the hollowed out inside. But most of these are pretty good. So when the time comes, we might actually start from those and then build out the others. My only other problem is I wish I had more of these trays. Because I'm going to need 16 holes, and what, they do 12 each, but you know, I got to hold, so what, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I got 5 in the other, so I got 10, okay, I guess I can kind of make this work, but I'm going to have to keep the dressed ones with the other ones, and I wanted to get fancy on my plating, but I guess I will figure that out later. It is 4:45, I need to go get my routine done, get showered, so I can make the other stuff we're making today, and be ready for Joe Bob tonight. Woohoo! Cinco de Mayo special, baby. So here we go. This is what we are making, the Diablo Eggs from Danny Trejo's Cantina book. These look delicious. I mean, it's, you know, that's why we already did the boiled eggs. Of course, he wants you to boil them normally. I'm gonna have the recipe, cut it in half, instead of doing 8 eggs and then having 16 halves, which there's no way I'm eating tonight. I'm only gonna go ahead and do 4 eggs and do 8 halves, which I might eat most of tonight. I'm getting pretty hungry. So let's bring this down. Lots of ingredients to work with here in my Joe Bob uniform for tonight. We're gonna use some kosher salt. We're gonna use 8 large eggs, we're gonna use 4. 3 tablespoons of mayo, so 1.5 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of sour cream, or a tablespoon. 2 teaspoons of yellow mustard, or a teaspoon. 2 tablespoons finely diced jalapeno, pickled jalapenos. So we got those here, we'll do 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons finely diced white onion. Well, it's a little choppy, but we're gonna use that with 1 tablespoon. 1.5 teaspoons fresh lime juice. I got some limes here. Of course, we'll do 3/4 teaspoon. Half teaspoon of ground cumin, which I just learned a trick about buying spices. Apparently, if you go buy your spices in like more ethnic groceries, like Indian or Chinese groceries, you can get a lot more for your money, and it's just as good or better. I'm gonna look into that. Hot sauce such as Cholula or Tapatio. Tapatio? I don't know, however you say it. I love this one, so I'm going with some Tapatio. Cholula's pretty good too. 4 tablespoons of finely chopped fresh cilantro. I got my cheater cilantro here. Just bought it the other day. It's still good. Just didn't feel like dealing with it the other day. Salt and freshly ground black pepper. Tablespoon of finely diced fresh jalapeno. Granted, it shows sliced, so I got some sliced jalapenos here I did the other day. And then some chipotle chili powder, which of course is delicious. So that's what we're gonna do there. So I'm gonna find my best, well, we'll deal with the eggs later. First, let's actually work on putting this together. So anything I actually do need to dice up, what do I wanna work with here? The pickled jalapenos. And honestly, that's probably really all we gotta work with here. So how much of that do we need? 2 tablespoons, so technically a tablespoon. So that's really not much at all for what we're doing. So I'm gonna use this as a bit of a guide. And again, this is one of those dishes where it's like, you don't gotta get it perfect. Just get it to where you think it tastes good. Get a little fork here. Honestly, I thought about mixing some of that, if you saw last week's vlog, where I did, out of the same book, I did the Mexican Thousand Island dressing, which I really like. I thought about just taking some of these eggs and just flat out, yeah, that's gonna be fine. Flat out, mixing in the egg yolks with that and calling that a nice little, why can't I talk? My brain just decided to stop working. It's Friday, I'm not supposed to be working. But because I'm desperate to get to my Star Wars game, I'm trying to get ahead of things. Okay. Just gonna give this up a little fine dice. Start a little rough. Just get it a little more manageable. And since we are going into an egg, we do want to kind of get this somewhat fine. So I am wondering if I might actually just go over my onions real quick. I mean, technically we got like 3 things to cook here today, but technically most of them are easy because a lot of stuff I'm cheating. Which is fine. Sometimes you want to be a lazy chef. And of course it is actually May 5th when I'm doing this, so I'm actually doing this on Cinco de Mayo, but also because we have the Cinco de Mayo Joe Bob special, so. But hey, I don't need an excuse to do any kind of Mexican food. It is my top 2 favorite foods, equally tied with Italian. We've probably talked about this, but if you're new here, you may not know. I love Italian and Mexican food beyond anything else. And I've got ideas that we will start playing with someday to do some fusion in those things. Now, if you wanted to cheat even more, you can actually buy diced jalapeno. You wouldn't even have to cut your own up like this, so. All right, let's figure out what about a tablespoon of that is. Well, hell, let's just use it, because we'll Oh yeah, I definitely prepared too much. That's fine. We'll still be using this again here later, so. Fuck, I'm hungry and that is good. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to dice them? We need a tablespoon of the diced white onion, so I might take that down some. And we might chop the cilantro down a little bit. I'll look into that in a second. Let's go ahead and make some white onion mess here. Again, looking for about a tablespoon. That will probably get me there. And since it is mostly diced, we shouldn't have to do too much to this. Just give it a couple going throughs. I'm not even worried about cleaning the knife because this is all getting mixed in the same spot, you know? Just go slow initially because I'm trying to keep stuff from darting off my cutting board. Got some hungry putties around that might be like, oh, is that for me? Mary was out looking at the place where she buys all our pepper plants because it's about to be planting season again. So we can start having fresh jalapenos and habaneros and serranos, and I think we're getting some cayenne peppers this year, and maybe we can find some more chocolate habaneros. Those are pretty good. So again, just trying to get this down a little finer than I have it. Okay, I'm gonna say that's good. Let's pack up this puppy. Yeah, I'm definitely overdoing it some. Into the bowl. Rinse. And what else? Let's see, the cilantro, right? Do we actually mix some of the cilantro in? Okay, half the cilantro. So a tablespoon of cilantro we want a little finer, so I will chop up a little bit of this just a little bit finer. Yeah, this is still good. And you know, I love cilantro. Again, I always like to apologize to Melissa because she hates it. And anybody else out there that may have that thing that makes it taste like soap, I feel for you. I hate that you miss out on something so freaking delicious. Especially because the store-bought one is a lot stimmier than I would want for what I do, so that's partially why I don't mind breaking this down a little bit more. Smells good. Might need to do a little more than that. It does kind of flatten down a bit. I think if we can get most of this up, it'll be just right. Flick the stuff off my fingers. Let's see if we can get the rest of that up though. Okay. Rinsey, rinsey. All right, I think that's the bulk of that right there. So now we're just gonna do some measuring and some mixing. I'll have to slice open a lime, I guess. Might be using a lot of limes tonight, so I'm gonna probably do some extra here in a bit. Yeah, he looked like a good boy. Got these big old bag of tiny limes, that was the only thing. So we'll get the juices a little bit looses in there. That's sure. That's words. Although I will say these are pretty juicy. I've noticed where we've been using them. All right, you're good. And Mary is at a composting room right now, so we're not composting for a little while. I got the official sign last night from her, the official word of no more compost for a bit. So she can figure out what to do with the rest of it. Pros and cons of having a hubby in the house that likes to cook with all kinds of fresh ingredients. How much did I get out of that? I got about 1/8 a cup, so I got about 1 ounce there. What am I looking for? Because we're having this, 1.5 teaspoons, so 3/4 teaspoon. Do I have a 1/4 teaspoon? I do. So I got a 1/4 teaspoon. We put 3 in the bowl here. I guess I should bring the bowl over now that we have room to work on it. There's 1, 2, and 3. A little heavy, but that's fine. All right, let's get the rest of our wet ingredients going. So, tablespoon of kosher salt. So we need a 1/2 tablespoon of that. Do I just have tablespoons? I bet I don't. Oh, I do. Nice. Come on. All right, this is gonna work. Salt, where'd you go? Salt. 1/2 tablespoon. We are gonna confirm that it did say table. Yep. Okay. Next down, we got the eggs, 3 tablespoons. Okay, what else is dry before I get to those 3 wet ingredients? We got the ground cumin. We'll get to that. Okay, well, it's the ground cumin. How much do I need? 1/2 teaspoon. So we need that 1/4 teaspoon again. I'm just gonna use this bad boy. I'm gonna measure it over the sink. Very poorly. Making a mess downtown. All right, so I think that is everything except mayo, onion, and sour cream. And of course the eggs. Okay, so let's get the mayo, onion, and sour cream in there. So we want 1.5 tablespoons of mayo because, you know, we're doing the whole thing. A tablespoon of sour cream. Okay. Getting the plan. I have so many little things I need to use these for. I'm trying to be really good about measuring or kitchen implement management. Oh, I never opened this shit? Fuck yeah. I need to make some more of Danny Trejo's Chipotle crema from his last book, because that shit is da bomb. It's basically some Chipotle adobo, sour cream, probably a little lime juice. Good. All right, I got an idea. Hang on. Need a baby spoon. Cool. And I could use a fresh paper towel. Just kind of need somewhere to get more cooking space. All right. Sour cream. Let's go ahead and set that out of the way, actually. Let's set a bunch of this shit out of the way for now. All right. All right, mayonnaise. So 1.5 of these. You know what, I'll just fill up 3/2 tablespoons, why not? Okay, calling that 1. Like my measuring style here. Calling that 2-ish. Maybe just a little bit more. Because again, like I said, you don't have to get this shit perfect. Okay, I think a little extra plopped in there on me. Set that back over there, I'm gonna need it. So that's the mayo, and then we need a teaspoon of the yellow mustard. I don't think I got a teaspoon out yet, all right. Teaspoon yellow mustard. Looks good. Okay. Okay. So that should be everything except the egg yolks. I'm leaving the mayo out because I have something else I'm going to use that for in a minute. All right, so let me figure this out now. In a medium bowl, combine the mayonnaise, sour cream, mustard, pickled jalapenos, onion, lime juice, cumin, 2 dashes of hot sauce, still gotta do that, and half the cilantro, seasoned with salt and black pepper to taste. Although, I've already got salt in there. Let me just hit it with some sauce. A couple dashes, it says. I don't mind a little extra. I'm gonna ground a little black pepper in there. Sure. And I mean, if you wanted me to measure the salt, I'm just gonna put an extra pinch in there. I do like my yolks very salty. Okay, so we wanna mix this up. Grab a nice big fork. Not that there's a lot to really work with yet. I got too big a bowl. I think where I halved this, I should have really grabbed a smaller bowl. Didn't really think that through. But you know, you live, you learn. You eat, you pray, you love. Okay. I mean, that's looking pretty good right there, to be honest. All right, so now we're gonna pick out our 4 best eggs. I'm gonna actually pick them from here. So this one's got a little bit of a gap in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. I don't like the bottom on that one. That one's pretty good looking. Let's throw that one out. We'll go with those 4. That seems like a plan. Let's see, do I want to use that knife? Yeah, let's use that knife. All right, we're gonna wipe this off. We're gonna try and do this in a interesting position here. Okay, just wanna have it. Shoot. Now any yolk that sticks to the knife, I'll just go ahead and flump in there. Picked up a crumb of pepper on that, shit. Okay, go ahead and get the yolk out in there. This way I can go ahead and kind of prepare. Okay, those aren't bad looking. All right, let's get another one. Yolk out. Gonna yolk out, man. Oh, come on, don't tear the egg. Come on. We have to get a spoon. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna fuck that egg up, so we're gonna be a little careful there. Most of them come out pretty easy. Little spoon. Because I think that's got a bit, the white is a bit flimsy on the bottom of this one, so that's why I wanted to be a little more delicate. And it's fine if a little bit of yolk stays behind, just, you don't want too much of it in there. Okay, we're almost to the fun part. Well, I mean, this has all been fun part, if you ask me, but... Uh-oh, we got a torn one here. We're gonna have to kind of disguise that the yolk is not as beautiful, or the white is not as beautiful as I had hoped. Don't you hate ugly whites? You know, like, no, never mind, no. It's gonna make fun of myself, but then, I don't know, it's still a bit wrong. Okay, last one, hopefully. All right, that all looks pretty good. I'm licking my fingers because these are all for me, so that's why I don't mind getting a little bit messy. All right. Okay, so there he has all that. Now, we're gonna mix all this up with a fork, right? That's all we do. Carefully cut eggs, scoop yolks, add them to the mixture, place the whites, mash with a fork, season with more salt and pepper. Then we're gonna fill it and top it with the stuff. So mash these in. I like to kind of get a start on breaking them up. There will be more breakage as we go. Might have to get a second fork to kind of clean off the first fork, or I can probably just use that little spoon, honestly. And you want to mush, you know, trying to avoid big clumps of dry yolk. This looks and smells really good. Okay, I'm going to use my spoon to clean my fork so I can get another round, because I can see there's a lot of dry yolk kind of just gunking up the works here. And vice versa. Gonna need a bigger spoon. All right. Yeah, there's definitely still some yolk spots that need mushing. Kind of chop a little. Okay. Okay. Yep, that's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna put more salt and pepper in there. That sounds a little excessive. Okay. Let me do something so we can actually see what we're working with here while we kind of dress these. I'm just gonna go ahead and move this cutting board aside. I'll be using that again probably. Get a fresh cutting board just to have something to work off of. Shoot. Okay. Good. Still stable. All right, I'm gonna try and get this tray out without. There. Good. Good job, Eric. Thank you, Eric. You're welcome, Eric. That's mighty not polite of you, Eric. I'm a fairly polite guy. Yes, you are, Eric. Okay, I'll stop with that bullshit. All right. So we're basically going to fill these in. Then we're going to kind of garnish. So we'll just go around. We can always come back to some. You know, once we kind of spread the mixture out evenly. And I'm being a little delicate because, you know, I am trying to get a nice presentation here. Whoa. Okay. I can get that with a paper towel. Happens. Don't get impatient, Eric. Make it pretty. Okay, Eric. Don't tell me what to do, Eric. Don't tell me what to do, Eric. Oh, God. Somebody stop me. There's plenty more mixture in here. I'm just fighting around the fork at the moment. So we will definitely be coming back around on these. And awesome. So glad my neighbor decided to mow. Like, you just can't have nice things. If the weather's gonna be nice and you can have your windows open, well, guaranteed everybody's gonna be noise polluting. Nobody ever does it quickly either. I think I just heard Mary get home. Oh, when did I drip on that one? Shit. Well, there's a lot of stuff left in all these. This is also pretty liquidy, which is very interesting. Let's see, you could use some more dolloping. Let's see if we can get a little bit more out of here. Fill that one up a little bit more. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get there. I'm gonna try and clean this up for presentation. Yeah, that one's a real problem. I'll just leave it. It doesn't have to be that perfect. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna sprinkle chipotle powder, dash of hot sauce, cilantro, and the slices. So let's go ahead and dash everything in the chipotle powder. And yes, I am trying to kind of get the tray here a little too. Maybe not the empty cups, but okay. Cilantro next. I should have cut this a little bit more delicately for sure. So we'll just sprinkle it with a few leaves here and there. Make sure everything gets a little. Okay. Hot sauce. It says dash each egg. Okay, we'll call that. And last but not least, we'll put a jalapeno slice in each one. Do-do-do. 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 Kind of going for the smaller ones, just, you know, doesn't get too crazy. These are not very potent jalapenos, if I recall, though. Hello, Mary.
Hello.
And voila. Just like that, we have Danny Trejo's Diablo Eggs. So let me get you a close-up and we'll taste test. Okay, these actually look pretty good. I imagine if they go in the fridge, they'll sit up a little bit, but we're gonna try one here because I'm hungry. I got some good photos. This will be a nice little tide over while I make the next bit of what I gotta make. Oh my God, Mary's home, and apparently I have the AC on and she's freezing. I'm like, it's 72 outside.
Yes, it's comfortable. You should not need AC.
I love you. I'm cooking, I'm working, I'm stressing. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, now since you are here, well, film me eat one of these fucking things. Let's eat this ugly bastard right here. This one didn't come out that good. All right, let's see if we got more Trejo magic happening.
Thought you were gonna give me a thumbnail there.
I'm glad I didn't put more salt. That's pretty fucking salty.
How's the spice?
Well, it's, yeah, you.
Yeah, okay, so no.
It's more than you would want. They're good, but that's surprisingly spicy. Well, not spicy, I'm sorry, salty. Okay, well.
Again, make a note in your book.
I'd like them, but I definitely cut back on the salt. I'm glad I did not add more in. Okay, let's make the next thing. Okay, next up, for what is actually gonna be my actual dinner, is we're gonna make some Habanero Tartar Sauce. Still, Trejo's Cantina book. So we got some more ingredient prep, and we're gonna want a bowl to mix this in. Should I just go with a smaller bowl this time? Nah. Yeah, nah. I don't know. We'll go with another big mixing bowl. And then we're gonna air fry some fish and have some tacos. So first thing we need to do is some shallot. How much shallot? One medium shallot minced. I don't know, this is actually 2 shallots. I don't work with shallots a lot, so let's see if we can peel this out a little bit. I have worked with shallots before, but it's been a minute. Okay, there we go. So that's a small shallot. We're gonna call this one a medium shallot. I don't really know. This is basically a more garlicky onion, is my understanding. Let's just take this tip off. Maybe I can peel it a little bit easier. There we go. So again, we just got a bunch of things to dice here, and then we're gonna mix it up. I had considered making this and mixing it into a coleslaw mix, but I think I'm just gonna try it straight the way it is first. And I tell you, I gotta go back on those eggs and see what the deal was. Did I actually misread the salt content? Because they are very salty. All right, we've almost got this shallot peeled. Okay. Your dinner smells good.
Yep.
Oh man, I've only got an hour and 15 before we gotta do the countdown picture, so I need to be off the clock by then. Or at least reasonably off the clock. All right, I'm just gonna take this back off. There are better ways to work with this probably, but screw it, you know? So let's just... Just gonna get a rough dice going. Okay, calm down, brain. Don't panic. Not while you're cutting delicate vegetables.
Behind you.
Don't want to miss Joe Bob because you're in the damn hospital. Then you'll never play your Star Wars game. All right. Okay, getting there. Again, this is all going in the sauce. You do want it pretty fine. Sorry, I farted. That egg got me. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, okay. There goes my eyeballs.
Uh-oh.
Whew.
Shallots got you?
Well, I'm doing the dumb thing where I'm leaning into it instead of keeping my head back out of the fumes.
Behind you.
Heard, thank you. That looks pretty good, so we're gonna get that in the bowl. Mary over there basically having a danger dog, sort of. Not really, I guess you're doing a pancake dog, huh? Oh, right.
Breakfast dog, basically.
Pancake bun, like my idea.
I'm not really doing a bun, I'm just...
Putting this bacon-wrapped hot dog on a pancake with maple syrup. Is that what you're doing?
I'm going to cut it separately like a sausage.
Okay. Sweet, good for you. All right, shallot handled. Next.
That bun is so dense, I don't think I can really use it as a... I might, but I don't think so.
Next, okay, knife moving. We're gonna do the dill pickle next. Knife moving. Okay. So we want 2 tablespoons of diced dill pickle. Let me get a tablespoon for reference. Actually, cilantro going into this. Yeah. All right. Oh, careful, Jack. Careful, buddy.
Behind.
Here. We'll just use this one again as our measurement. I got some whole dill pickles here. I've had these a while. Thought it might be a little bit easier to dice one of these bad boys. Maybe. There we go. Well, I am a man, baby. You loosened it. I'm just kidding. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do, just to make my life a little easier, we're gonna towel that off. Didn't say behind.
Sorry.
No, I'm just messing with you. Felt you're behind. I knew you was back there. All right, let's see. Let's go strips, I guess.
I got that motivation booty.
Oh, hell yeah. That beautiful booty. Mary is bootyful. And again, this is partially why I can't really work in a kitchen. I'm way too slow. But I'm more about being a creator anyway, so. This is way more dill pickle than I need, shocking. Now, being a tartar sauce, I don't mind leaving a little bit of bite on the pickle. So I'm not trying to get this quite as fine. Uh-oh. Dill pickle chunk down. You want some dill pickle on your hot dog?
No.
Okay, we've just about got this. Just looking for any giant chunks we still want to maybe cut down a little. Pardon me, my indigestion, those salty eggs. Sorry, truck fart jokes will not get old for me. You should know by now if you've been on my channel long enough. All right, we want 2 tablespoons of this. Is that right? Yep, yep. Okay. Whoop. Oh yeah, I made like twice as much that I needed. Perfect. Okay, need some more pickled jalapeno. Nope, they don't have enough left over from the other batch, so we're gonna do another batch here. We're gonna want 2 tablespoons of that. Alrighty, give me a fork. Fork, 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 fork. Yeah, let's see if we can close this up. Get these out of the way, we're done with them for now. Jalapenos, you're back up. All right, 2 tablespoons worth, huh? Maybe about 1. Sure. Something tells me I definitely got too much again. All right, move that out of the way.
I didn't put one.
Oh yeah, definitely more than I needed, as usual. But that's all right, we'll mix it up with the other stuff. It may come in handy for something. All right, almost there. Okay. 2 tablespoons of that. Yes. There's a good tablespoon. All right. Okay. Get out of the way. Clean ourselves up a little bit. And toss this. All right, we'll do the habanero last. So we want 2 tablespoons finely chopped cilantro. Juice of lime. Okay. So again, let's get this fine, a little bit finer like we did.
This in the dishwasher is for dirties?
Yes, dirty's going in, yep. Because I'm gonna basically run them when I'm done here, so I'll have second load later tonight. Okay. Again, just breaking it down a little more than it came.
I think
yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I'm gonna do the air fryer too, so that'll be the second load.
You and your loads, I swear.
She knows all about my loads. Dropping loads. That's an old callback. If you know that, then you know. Okay, that's probably pretty good.
Sorry, Napoleon, I didn't leave anything for you.
It was too tasty, huh? Okay, we're gonna call that a good one. Yeah, again, I'm just gonna use all of that because it may be a little light, but it'll get the job done. I guess actually, I just realized I could bring this bowl over more into the shot now because we don't have the eggs in the way. Okay. Rinsity, rinsity. Oh shoot, I'm going to use that and I used it. Get done. All right, now for the one last actual cutting bit here that is the one we're gonna want a glove for.
Alright. Hey kids. This way.
What?
It is peanut butter than this time.
Woohoo!
Why you gotta come that way? It's peanut butter than this time.
Alright, so I got me a nice habanero right here. I don't fuck around with habanero and no gloves because that shit will get in your eye. It'll suck. Jalapenos I can handle. Habanero not so much. All right, 1 teaspoon of minced habanero. Let me give you a teaspoon. All right. So I figure 1 pepper is probably fine. And I think it's supposed to be seeded. It says minced. It doesn't necessarily say seeded. So I'm gonna take this part out. And then let's start breaking it down. I'm assuming 1 is plenty. If not, it's fine. I'm just gonna stick with just 1. It's fresh habanero. Like, we're not cooking it or nothing, so it's no joke. I mean, I can definitely go hotter, but let's salvage a little more off of there. And this I definitely want finely minced for very tiny bites. But then again, I mean, you know, don't get too afraid of the heat or whatever, because the mayonnaise, there's a lot of mayonnaise going in this. It's gonna really cool it back down to some degree. I mean, you know. If you think red chili pepper flake is too spicy, this is probably too much for you. But I mean, if you enjoy jalapenos even when they're super fresh, this might be about where you want to be. I'm gonna get that piece of habanero later. I don't want it right now. That's really a teaspoon, but you know what? I kind of hate to waste this, so we're going ham, y'all. Screw it. Just a whole fucking habanero chili. All right, now let me paper towel and get that pizza dropped. Uh-oh. Do not want the cats getting into that. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that's the last thing I've got to cut other than some chicken later, but mayonnaise, mustard, yeah, shallot, dill pickle, jalapeno, habanero, cilantro. Oh, a lime. I do need to open up a lime. Okay, well, let's wipe that knife down. And we'll slice open a little more juicy lime. We'll just hand squeeze that bad boy in this time. Guess I need to actually do the thing here. Okay. Did I get it? I got it. Honestly, this is just kind of looking like a really nice little pico de gallo right now. I pretty much just stop here with it. Yeah, I think we got that pretty well juiced. All right, now it's just measurement ingredients. Oh boy. Alright, let's set this over here for now. Get a little of this dill pickle. Well, that's pretty good. Alright. So let's start measuring. Let's get us a cup of mayo. Which, you know, it's about what you would put in a coleslaw mixture. Okay, let me. It looks like I need to put mayo on my grocery list. Just eating through a lot of it. Just a touch more. Okay, that's gonna be fine. Let's get that into the bowl. Eggy goodness. Okay. I need to clean. Oh, I got the other side of that, didn't I? Shoot. Okay. Anyways, done with the mayo. I don't think anything else I'm doing tonight involves that. All right. Next up, a tablespoon, we'll use that, of Dijon. Now, I have the French's Dijon. This expired in November, but I mean, it's probably fine. I'm gonna open it over the sink though, in case it explodes on me, because I had to give it vigorous shaking. Okay. Yeah, let's get us a tablespoon. 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 Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, what are we doing after that? Got the shallot, got the dill, got the jalapeno, got the habanero, got the cilantro, got the lime juice. We need half a teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm just gonna pinch, because after the eggs, I don't quite trust it. I'm just gonna use my Jedi chef magic. Maybe just a touch more than that. Sure. All right, salt, freshly ground black pepper. Cool. Several dashes of hot sauce. Seven. Seven sounds like several. And then we need the adobo. We need a teaspoon. So again, this is the normal Chipotle's and adobo sauce. It's just left over. And I need a teaspoon. Is that correct? Teaspoon, yep. Half. Is that a teaspoon? Yeah. All right, we're so close to this part. After this, it gets pretty easy. Now, the hardest part about this is actually getting into this adobo without actually taking out any of the chipotles. Oh, that smells so good. Nice and smoky. Okay. And stir to combine. Give me a fork. Give me a big old fork. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty good. I'm excited about this one. Make sure to scrape the bottom here, get all those little bits maybe sticking nice and mixed in. Okay. And that looks pretty good. Let me get a little taste of that. Apparently you can put this something airtight, refrigerate, stays good for 4 days. Did I show it to you? And we'll bring this up and taste test it. Oh, that's awesome. That is gonna be so good on a fish taco. Oh yeah. So far, well, there's a little heat. I mean, you can try this if you want, but it's gonna come down to what bites you get.
Okay.
I should let you know, there is raw habanero in there.
Ah, so it's roulette.
Yeah, I got a tiny bit, and I chopped it pretty fine.
Alright.
And there's pickled jalapeno. Okay, there's definitely some heat on the back end. It's not like as spicy as I expected, but
Kicks and giggles here.
that's a bigger bite than I took. Watch for your pace. Come over here. I don't have the camera quite. Thank you. I think the flavor is quite tasty, though.
Oh, there's the heat. Woo. Yeah. You want the rest of that?
Yeah, you can just throw it in the sink there. I've got a plenty.
Woo.
Okay, so I think for that, we're done on the big camera, because now I'm going to put some fucking frozen fish in the air fryer. I'll show you. And then we're just going to put on like some flour tortillas, because I think flour tortillas, normally I'm a stickler for corn tortillas on tacos, but flour tortillas I think work so much better for fish tacos. There's something about those flavors. I'm going to put a little lettuce bed down, some of this sauce, some fish, a little more sauce. Boom. Okay, while it's air frying though, I'm going to clean up, but I will show you the fish. All right, so no sponsorship or anything, of course not. But I got crispy battered Gorton, what are these, fish fillet? There we go, whole fillets, not minced. We're just gonna air fry them. Put 4 fillets in the air fryer basket, 400, 9 to 11 minutes. And I'm going to just build the rest. And that's that. Okay, unfortunately, I am out of flour tortillas. I have giant burrito ones, so I'm gonna do them in corn tortillas. So I'm gonna do a quick prep on these. Normally I'd kind of do a tiny bit of oil in a pan to fry them up, but I got like 5 minutes on my stuff here. A couple of paper towels moistened. And literally just took 2 paper towels, got them wet, ran them under there, Set it like that for the moment until I get these open. I got like 45 minutes till Joe Bob Countdown and I want to be drinking beer. So I'm gonna make extras just in case I fudge up. I don't want that many. Hold on, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. Okay, so kind of wrap them in there a little bit. We're just gonna be ready to microwave them. Or we're gonna go ahead and microwave them, I guess. 25 seconds, sure. It might be too much, honestly. We'll go ahead and cut open the shredded lettuce. I was gonna make 2. I guess I'm gonna have 3. 1 piece of fish each, because these are a little bit smaller. There we go. And as soon as those come out, we'll go ahead and do a little prep work here. There we go. Does that feel good? Yep, they feel nice and steamed. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so we'll plop one in there. Plop one in there. Let's plop one right down the middle if I can. Put those back in the paper towels. Try to keep them steamed and moist. This one is already tearing. I hate it. Oh, they're all fucking tearing. I should have fucking... Damn it. So this is not gonna work. I'm gonna have to fucking... We'll just not shove them way down there, I guess. Okay. Hey. Oh, my thing came.
Yeah, it was just sitting on the doorstep. It's like...
I've been too busy to notice. I'll talk about that later. Just, yeah.
That's right, y'all. His thing came.
You'll see. I'm very excited. You'll be very excited. This is just to get a little crunch in there. Don't want too much of it. Actually, I should probably go give my fish a little shake. Because I had a couple pieces that were kind of smushing together. Let me do that real quick. About 3 minutes on the fish. All right, let's go ahead and dollop some of this in underneath. With a fork, apparently. We'll put a little more on top, too. That looks pretty good. Okay. Yes, I'm very excited about the thing that came, so we'll get to that in a second. We've got about 2 minutes left on the stuff over here. I just licked a little more egg mixture, because why not? That egg mixture, so damn salty though. And you know what, that's gonna taste really good after a bunch of beer. Since it is Cinco de Mayo night, I am gonna have my Mexican cerveza. And I know it sounds crazy, but my favorite cerveza is actually, and I haven't had everything out there, but my favorite is actually a local one from Lexington, Kentucky. West 6th Brewery does a cerveza that is delicious. I probably, let's see, let's just toss those right there. Because I think we're gonna be okay with what we got here. I just want a little somewhere to put the fish when I get it out. Just so I can get it out of the basket. So far this is looking pretty tasty. I'll give you a little starter picture for it. Since we got a minute to kill here. So about 27 seconds. Of course it's gonna be way too hot to eat immediately. Hi, Aaron. So I'm gonna have to take it out and bring it over. Again, the fish is not gonna be that impressive looking or anything, just as you may be aware. Oh. But I'm really happy with that tartar sauce. I'm anxious to try it out here. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, those 2 pieces of fish did not separate like I had hoped. You know what? I know it's no. I'll get it. Yeah. All right, let me see what I can do here. Bear with me. Got 1 on the plate. Two on the plate. Yeah, these 2 did not. Fuck, shit, that's gonna be hard to get out. Oh, no, it's not, because they just separated as I'm trying to get them out. Awesome. No, it is still very hard to get out. Okay. 3. I guess I could theoretically like dice this up. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to fucking stab it. I should have a camera over here for this comedy show. I didn't realize it would be so very entertaining. Come on, man. Making a big old mess. Don't hurt my finger. Okay. Oh yeah. So, there's that. Since I'm gonna take pictures and stuff, let's go ahead and put a piece in here. Okay, let's hit everything with a little bit more. Actually, I'm gonna get a spoon. Proper drizzling spoon here. I don't have Mary here to film me eat it. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay. Shoot. Dirtied my damn plate. Fucking presentation. Kind of wonder if I should hit this with a little bit of a extra cilantro on top just for some more color. Just a little bit. Just to give that a little more visual appeal. All right, boomsies. And those look fan-fucking-tastic, I'm not gonna lie. Fish tacos with habanero tartar sauce. Beautiful. Okay, let's dig in. Give you some nice close-up angle here. Yeah, I wish I'd gotten a little color on my tortillas in hindsight. Honestly, too, those fish look nice like this, but I'm gonna have to kind of turn them on their side to actually make them work in the taco form. But I am excited to get in there. I know they're way too hot right now, so I will give it a minute to cool. And then we may or may not make one more thing here, because I want to take some leftover stuff I have and make a quesadilla, basically. So all I'm really gonna do there is dice up some chicken and maybe shred a different kind of cheese, or we might use our normal pre-done cheese, and then we're gonna toast it up in a nice pan. But I don't know, we'll see how all that goes. Anyways, I'm excited to eat. Okay, this works. I figured out a stand solution, so. Oh yeah, thumbnail. Turn around to the prettier side. All right, groovy. All right. Let's get in here and see what we think. See how it works as a whole. Okay, my tortilla is definitely still tearing at the bottom. Really should have pan done them. My bad. I didn't know I was gonna have to do it. Mmm. Yo. Mmm. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Mmm. Even with the corn tortilla. Actually, it's pretty damn good with the corn tortilla. But I really should have, you know, oil in a pan, toasted them up a little. Mmm. Definitely getting some of that heat, little of the citrus from the habanero in there. Mmm. 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 But, that lime juice and the dill pickle with the pickled jalapeno, it's giving it a real nice tartary flavor. Kind of what you would get from the capers a little bit. Mmm. That heat is picking up and it's delicious. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah, I'm telling you. The Trejo books are awesome. I don't know why I did that. They're awesome. They're awesome. There we go. So I must have screwed up the salt content on those eggs. I had to have. It had to be my fault. This is perfect. Mmm. Okay. Well, and cilantro. I love this. I will have this again. But I'm gonna eat and clean up in peace and get ready for Joe Bob in about half an hour. And I'll see you in a little bit. That's not the joke I was going for. So we're here to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 with no spoilers. I saw you follow my lead to like just look off like that's what I was doing, but no, I was trying to be the Drax that you can't see because I'm not moving.
Oh.
Yeah, but I was debating. It's like, should I let this go? It's like, no, it'll be like 5 minutes of silence. So anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, loved it. Bye. No. Again, we have to be no spoilers, so we can't tell you too much here. I know. Well, it's so fresh. But obviously, we both loved the hell out of it. Yeah. Great ending to a great trilogy.
Pack tissues.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even this one. Now, keep in mind, and this is not very spoilery. It's obvious from any media about it. There's a lot more animal stuff in this. Like it's even in the trailers. There's like a whole species of animal people things. So. It might be why it gets people like her even more. There's a lot of darker stuff with animals in this. So that may also factor in for you. And goddamn, they are all cute and it is effective. So just know that, okay?
I also know that if you're familiar with Gunn, started out doing trauma movies. There's times where you just sit there and go like, oh, your trauma's showing.
In the best of ways. There's also times, there's a few shots in there, like obviously I'm a huge James Gunn fan, I have been since Romeo and Juliet, and so I am thoroughly on board with him handling the DC universe and very excited for his Superman movie, but there's a couple of moments in this movie I was watching it and in my mind I'm like, oh, now I'm really excited for his Superman movie because I get a sense of what he's going to do with some things. Even something as simple, and this is no spoilers.
Didn't he do Brightburn?
Well, he produced that. Even something as simple as the way Adam Warlock like flies at like super speed a time or two. I was like, oh, I'm ready for his Superman movie. But yeah, he produced Brightburn. He may have been involved in the writing. I can't remember exactly, but Brightburn is great. If you don't know about Brightburn, it is a violent, gory horror superhero movie about what if like, you know, it's basically young Superman, young Clark Kent, but with parents that don't know how to raise him properly. It's pretty messed up. Love that movie. He also was a producer on the Belko Experiment, which is really, really good too. Of course, he made Slither, which is fantastic. Anyways, we're here to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, what he does so beautifully is every character in here gets their own story, and it's all beautifully interwoven. Everybody gets a nice wrap up to kind of end the trilogy and move things into a new direction. Almost any dangling plot threads that were left behind are definitely touched upon here and dealt with. I think some people, if you're in this for Adam Warlock, like if that has been your favorite character for decades and you're coming to this, you might rightfully have some issues, you know, but as somebody who's, I know some stuff about Warlock. He's in the Guardians game and all that, blah, blah, blah. I like what they did with it here. I like that performance. I like how that all tied in. I think the villain is very villainous in the best ways possible. They do pretty good flashback, flash forwards. Yeah. Even Kraglin. The stuff with Cosmo is so good. There's a running gag with Cosmo that is adorable as can be. And the way they handle Peter and Gamora through this is beautiful. And what a wonderful ending. You know, again, I can't really say much more. I'll just say a wonderful ending for those characters. It is very emotional. It is a very emotional ride throughout. And even the ending and stuff. There's, like she said, bring some tissue. It's like 2.5 hours, didn't feel like it. No. Flies by. Super weird, cosmic, Star Wars-y stuff. Like, I'm kind of at a place of like, can James Gunn do a Star Wars? I would just be curious. Like just he should do like Cantina Tale. Okay, if James Gunn gets to do any Star Wars, there was a very famous book back in the day, Cantina Tales. There's a bunch of short stories about various groups you saw in that original Cantina scene. I need James Gunn to make a movie like that. An anthology series of just random aliens. Yeah, anyways. Mary, I've done most of the talking, and I know it's because no spoilers. You're like, can't say anything. But maybe you got a few things to bring up.
Do I?
I don't know. What did you? I mean, like, what were some things you loved? Or, you know?
I can't talk spoilers.
But you could be like, the stuff with so and so was great. You know what I mean? Pete Davidson's cameo was great.
There's a Pete Davidson.
He's in a full alien thing. We would have never have known had I not seen the tweet about it.
Oh, sort of like Nathan Fillion in the first movie.
Yeah, in both movies. Nathan Fillion has been in all 3 Guardians. The second one is a real hard to find one, but it's awesome.
Okay.
He was an actor in a bunch of movie posters on the Earth thing that got blue gooped. Where they did like a Toxic Avenger parody, and he was like played Tony Stark in a movie or something. I mean, it was interesting. But he was pretty good in this. There was some real fun stuff with that too. Yeah. And you've seen it in the trailers, that like little thing about Gamora turning to a Nebula with Peter and being like, she sounds more like who you're in love with, and he's like, no. And she's like, knock it off. That shit is hilarious still, and it's even funnier in the movie because they do more with that, and it's really fun.
I've noticed that Jim Gunn likes to get his wife shot a lot, apparently.
Yeah. That's how you work out your domestic issues without actually doing anything terrible. And all the people bitching he puts her in everything. Dude, that's how movies work. That's how movies work. Movies are not your normal bullshit, boring job, okay? I'm not talking to everybody, but most people, I'm talking to people that complain about this shit. Movies are so high pressure and so difficult, and there's so much ego and shit that when you find people that you enjoy working with and make your life easier while you're doing your job, you keep hiring those people. Same thing in plays and theater and all that. It's a different industry. Just like the whole thing about, well, like men and women should be paid the same, and almost every job, yes. But acting, it's not about your gender, it's about how many butts you put in seats. Some women put more butts in seats than some men, so they should get paid more. Some men put more butts in some seats than some women, so they should get paid more. Like, stop trying to treat filmmaking and shit like it's a normal fucking job, because there ain't nothing fucking normal about it. Unless maybe you're in the accounting department or something. Sorry, mini rant. I live on Twitter a little more than somebody.
Our HR is still the same.
HR should be more the same. Yeah. That is one place that, yes, that is a failure of the system. It's quite a sticky situation. I was gonna go with it. I was gonna turn that into a really dirty joke, but I don't need to go any further.
Nope.
But yeah, I mean, it starts off with an incredible bang, and there's some really great surprises along the way.
I'm trying to figure out if I have a favorite part, and I don't think I do.
It's because the whole, like, in the sense that, like, just the whole thing is really solid. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And they do some things where you're gonna be like, no, oh no, you know, there's some of that going on too.
Yeah, but no, the way they handled Rocket was
the Rocket story
really well done.
Yeah, and there's some prequel spin-off stuff that could happen there that would be interesting. Again, though, Kraglin, great. There is I'm not going to tell you anything, but there is not one of those like Marvel, like, oh my god, this character from this other universe cameos, but there's a certain cameo in here that I was not expecting, and it's nearer the end, and it hits really hard. That's all I'm going to say. I know you're like, wait, what? But I can't say more without.
Yeah, you told me off screen.
Yeah, I can't say anything more than that. That's pushing it, what I just said.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh shit, they found a way to work that in. Awesome. But yeah, it's really fun. There's gushy, ooey gooey, like that whole planet of that living biological stuff.
Yeah, the biotech.
Yeah, again, that's not a huge story beat. It's just an interesting thing. And it very much as that Guardians of the Galaxy game that recently came out is different, you know, it's a different cast, it's not like MCU. It feels a lot like that, and it makes me want to go play that game. And there's one thing that I can tell you, because this is not a spoiler, this doesn't ruin anything about the story at all. But there is a moment in there that I almost swear, like, I wonder, did James play the game and actually give a little winking nudge to it? Because, like, one of the coolest mechanics of the video game is that you play as Peter Quill, and you command the rest of the Guardians, and before you get into big fights, you huddle up. Like he plays his tape, he puts on his headphones, plays his tape, plays like, all right, Guardians, gather around. And you play a little mini game of choices of what to say. And depending on what you say, you can hype up your crew and give them like bonus points and bonus damage and all this kind of stuff. Or you could fuck it up and just like give a really shitty speech of like, oh, whatever, dude. And then you go have a shit fight. There's a moment in here, like nearer the end, where he does rally the Guardians. And it feels like it's out of the game. I was like, is he? So that was really fun. But yeah, no, just, it's a good time, dude. It made a shit ton of money. Everybody's raving about it, except miserable people who just want to be like, anything popular sucks. Or actually, even those people, I'm not even gonna be mad at those people. It's the people that are still mad about Henry Cavill. Like, I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I would have loved more of that, but I'd rather have a cohesive DC universe. So, and I trust in Gunn. So the man's got to do what he's got to do. You know, give him some faith. If he botches it, he botches it, and then you complain, and I can't say shit. Okay, but give it a goddamn chance. Anyways, I love James Gunn. I love Guardians. I'm sad. I mean, he could come back tomorrow. There's no one saying he couldn't. I just think even if he wanted to, he's just going to be too damn busy for a while in the DC-verse.
Yeah, I think the most likely scenario that he dabbles in the waters again is that people want to do something with the Guardians characters and ask him to come in to give the script a look over.
Yeah.
And go like punch up the dialogue or whatever.
And I have seen that he has said online, this is, so again, nothing spoiler here, but he said he would be happy to see the Guardians continue with more movies in the future, as long as it is a director that comes in with their own take on what they want to do with it, and they aren't just trying to mimic what he has done. And I think that's very fair. You know, so like, he's like, I don't own them, do things with them, just do something different with them. Don't do it like I did. You know, it's like, okay.
And given where the movie ends, that actually is a little easier to do.
Yes and no, yeah. I mean, again, keeping it super vague, not telling you shit. Mid-credit, I'm trying to remember what the mid-credit was. I know the mid-credit was stronger than the post-credit, and a lot of people have problems with the post-credit, but...
the post-credit. What was the mid-credit? Oh my god. Oh, was it the lot of them talking? Like, waiting for the thing to happen?
I don't remember, so we're not going to talk anymore about that.
Okay.
But let's talk about the end thing just real fast. It's really funny. It's very realistic. The newspaper, make sure you notice that. And it's worth checking out, I thought. But I think all that shit's worth checking out. So. All right, that's much longer than I thought. That's Guardians 3.
Yep.
Love it.
Okay, now we have to tell each other the things that we can't talk about.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be back. All right, so in continuing and getting ready for Fast X, we rewatched The Fate of the Furious. Fast and Furious Part 8, hence Fate, which is... Okay, sure. They're on the 8th one. They've got to stretch for titles.
Fate 8.
Yeah, of course, we watched the extended version. It's like an extra 16 minutes or something. It's like 136 versus 149 or something like that.
I wonder what the extra stuff
I don't know. I just know I had a blast with it. At this point, we are caught up with everything I have seen before because I haven't seen F9 yet. I'm still probably going to rewatch Hobbs and Shaw between now and then because it definitely happens after this one. I enjoyed the hell out of this. It's not my favorite Fast and Furious movie. 5, I think, is still the strongest, best. But this is practically a perfect G.I. Joe movie. You just kind of reskin the bad guys and the good guys to be G.I. Joe characters. You may tweak the plot just slightly, but like the set pieces, the way it comes together, the way it works, the vehicles, the extreme craziness, it's a perfect G.I. Joe movie.
Are we spoiler free?
Yeah. Okay. We're pretty spoiler free. I mean, we could be a little looser with it, but we don't want to be too heavy, or at least give some warning if you need to.
I really hate when the bad guys go, it's like, you chose something, so we're doing this. It's like, no, you're choosing to do this. You don't have to do that because I did something else.
I got you. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I always hate when they do that.
Well, the thing is, I think you hate it in the right way. I think you hate it in the way you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Like, you don't mean you hate that as like a writing trope.
Right.
You hate it in the sense that it's effective. Because you're right, it pisses you off. It's like, I'm just trying to live my life, all right?
Yeah. Y'all's
lives started fucking with my life, so I had to do something about it. I didn't choose any of that shit. Fuck you. But of course, no spoilers here. It's like revealed in trailers and stuff. But Charlize Theron, awesome bad guy in this. I thought she was great. And also, not a spoiler, because this happens in the beginning. This is like the premise of the movie. I love that they had to have Vin turn on the crew. I think that was really, really cool. And again, some timeline. We had some arguments about it, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. But the reason for it, pretty cool. And now I'm kind of excited to see we go in 9 and it sets up 10 a little bit more than I remember.
I said I was looking for timelines for the movies and I kept finding what order to watch the movies in. Yeah, I was like, no, I need this happens this year, this happens this year, this happens this year.
There were 6 months between this and this happening. Yeah, that kind of thing. Because there's a little bit of argument over why didn't this person say something, because it seems like that would have already happened, but according to what they're saying here, maybe it didn't happen yet, so.
Yeah, I was like,
but again, at the same time, it's Fast and Furious logic. It's like, listen, just be happy we're trying to tie it together at all. We didn't know. We're looking back and be like, we can kind of make that work. We'll do it. The action set pieces are pretty fantastic. Of course, the big finale one is amazing.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, but amazing.
Considering where Hobbs and Shaw are at the end of this movie, I'm trying to figure out how they end up where they are at the beginning of their movie.
Well, they were working together, though, in the next one.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember...
And Hobbs and Shaw, I mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to... am I misremembering how they ended up...
Do I need to try and get Hobbs and Shaw in this week before the weekend for F9 for you?
Maybe.
I had not planned on it, but as we were watching these movies, I'm like,
I enjoyed Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, and I think, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think you've actually been enjoying these movies at least more than you thought you would have.
I still probably would never have watched them on my own.
Right.
But yeah, they're fun.
Exactly. See, they're just big, dumb, fun action movies that, you know, and that's
Come on, bring back Ludacris.
Mary. I know you appreciated that Ramsey was back. That was pretty cool.
Oh, the hacker
girl,
chick.
Yeah, the hacker chick. And I like that they're piling on a lot of that stuff too, with like the Eye of God and all that. Kurt Russell's fantastic. Scott Eastwood is okay in this. I think he continues to be in them. I'm not sure, but I'm like, I mean, he didn't feel as, I don't know, like, everybody in these movies, I need them always to come back if they're alive. Like, everybody works. He left me a little like, I feel like
I think he's one of those things. It's like he's going to be the doofus the first time out because.
Well, it's not that. Again, I'm talking from performance and charisma, because I think that character is a great idea. I think what they did with that character is really cool.
There are times when he does have charisma.
He's okay, but he's not enough for me. And to sidetrack slightly, it's like the whole nepotism baby thing. I'm on team, like, yes, okay. Again, filmmaking being a completely different thing than normal 9-to-5 type jobs. Nepotism, it's not great, but nepotism in the sense of you use your nepotism to get an easier chance than other people. I'm okay with that, as long as it's the situation of like, oh shit, like you're really good, so it's good that you were brought in, so keep getting gigs. Versus like occasionally you'll see the nepotism of people that are like, oh yeah, no, you're just bad and you only keep getting roles because of the nepotism. It's not nepotism plus great acting, it's just nepotism. And I find like he's somewhere in the middle on that. Like, because I've seen him in a few other things, like he's completely forgettable in Suicide Squad. Like, I have never seen him in anything that I find him memorable in. He's never terrible, but he's never like, he hasn't 100% won me over, you know? So there's that.
I thought, and then I just got completely derailed by your
brain. Hey, I'm learning from you.
Oh yeah, my new favorite game to play while we're watching the movies is how many Marvel/DC characters are in.
That is true. Yeah. By the way, The Rock was great in this one. I was glad he had a bigger part than he had in the last one.
Yeah.
But I guess this is the last time he's in the franchise, though, which kind of sucks.
Not counting Hobbs and Shaw.
Well, yeah, that's true, because that is part of the franchise. But I guess I meant the mainline series. I don't think he's in 9. I could be wrong. Don't ruin. We'll see Saturday.
What you got, GB?
She's got a big old mouth.
She does. She gets a baby mouse.
Good job, baby girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, great movie. Enjoyed the fuck out of it. But like I said, if I was looking for a job if Hollywood wanted, if the studio was asking for like, okay, we're gonna make a G.I. Joe, we want to reboot the G.I. Joe thing and get it right.
come in with your pitch. My pitch would be to come in, bring them the Fate and the Furious, and say, basically this. Because it is it's a MacGuffin to catch a world-ending thing from a bad guy that wants to be a world-dominating entity that has all kinds of crazy tech and interesting things themselves, versus this like ragtag group of different gang people that shouldn't, not gang people, but people that really shouldn't fit together, but somehow they do, and all their little interesting differences make them have some unusual hook, and then they get special tech. And it's like, I mean, like, seriously, like, it is a fucking great G.I. Joe movie. You got, like fucking dudes on, like, snowmobiles jumping and getting shot. I'm like, yeah, man, like, we're snow jobbing this thing. Like, fucking Shipwreck and Snake Eyes is in there. And The Rock is already Roadblock, thank you. So, like, come on, let's do it. Give me that. Which is still amazing to me that they have... We've only had 2 live action attempts at G.I. Joe, and B, they've never 100% nailed it. Granted, the second G.I. Joe movie, way closer than the first movie. And I like both those movies. I haven't seen either of them. You haven't seen either of those?
No.
Were you a Joe fan? Did you? Because I know
I watched it growing up, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna make that happen. 1 is okay. It's a decent action film. It's not great as a G.I. Joe movie. 2 it has a lot of stuff right. It ain't perfect. It really gets the Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes stuff very right. But other stuff.
Wasn't there a Snake Eyes movie?
Oh shit, we never saw that. 3 live action G.I. Joe movies.
But wasn't it was like the prequel to Snake Eyes being Snake Eyes?
Yes, and we don't know this, so this might be a spoiler if you don't want to know, because we've heard something about the very end of the movie. So if you don't want to know, go ahead and click fast forward something. But I'm pretty sure this has also been confirmed that I'm right. As I expected from watching the trailers, it's a dude who does kung fu against Storm Shadow, and then at the last scene, he's got a Snake Eyes outfit. It's like, this ain't 1990. What the fuck you doing? All right. Anyways.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta watch those G.I. Joe movies. Okay.
All right.
Next. Oh yeah, brother. What you gonna do when Backlash disappoints you? I thought of that on the fly. I'm very proud of it. So we watched WWE Backlash. Well, first, real quick, in case I haven't ranted about this in the vlog, last week we had the WWE draft. So we actually were watching Raw, watching SmackDown, NXT, even the goddamn after SmackDown show or after Raw show.
Yeah.
There's like a podcasty thing that taught us more. So I just want to point out that the draft really fucked me. It kind of fucked us, but it really fucked me. If you're just watching wrestling on TV, draft, not a big deal. You're gonna see your favorite people on whatever, because you're gonna watch Raw, you're gonna watch SmackDown. Very cool to see Indy Hartwell get drafted and see her goodbye speech on NXT, and then Dexter sliding out.
It's creepy and adorable at the same time.
Yeah, like us. I mean, different creepy, but... Anyways, the reason I say that it fucks is if you're watching on TV, not a problem. But as you may know, I was terribly, and still a little excited, but terribly excited to be going to a live wrestling show for the first time in 25, 30 years. Like 3 rows behind the announce table on SmackDown, June 16th. So keep an eye out. Maybe we pop up in there. So I was excited about the draft because I was like, ooh, which of our favorites might we get the opportunity to see? And motherfucker, if they didn't send every single one of our favorites, except maybe 2, all to fucking Raw. And like everybody that annoys me or bores me or has a shitty storyline, all of the SmackDown. I'm like, what the fuck? She doesn't get no Joey Gargano. Well, we don't know about Gargano. I meant Ricochet.
Ricochet, yeah.
Fucking Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are at Raw. Fucking Kevin and Sammy at Raw.
Mysterio's at Raw.
No, I think Mysterio's over at SmackDown. But I'm just...
okay. I know he got split from his son.
Yeah.
I just thought it went the other way around.
Bianca Belair and Montez Ford over at Raw. The Alpha Academy with Otis over at Raw.
Now, did Pretty
Bro over at Raw.
Yeah.
Pretty Deadly. We did get drafted up from NXT over to SmackDown. That's one of my couple. And I don't remember every single draft decision, because we're getting Asuka that's pretty cool. But I'm not like, oh yes, it's one of my favorites. I'm like, okay, but she's cool. We're getting Shotzi, not one of my favorites, but hey, she's a mutant fam, so gotta give some love to her. But I just like the whole, you know, how many times did I like just...
It's Livin and...
Yeah, even Livin and Raquel, whatever, they're at Raw. I was like, I don't even need to see Death by Snoo Snoo. So, yeah, but she can attest, there were so many times during that draft I kept saying, well, fuck this, I'm canceling our goddamn tickets, we're not going. I mean, I'm going, because it's still going to be fun. And they have to make like some of those people on SmackDown between now and then, because if they took everybody I like to the other brand, what the fuck are we gonna get? So maybe by then, well, no, it happened in the pay-per-view, but I was like, maybe the bloodline will be broken up and I can actually enjoy Jay and Jimmy. Because I like Jay and Jimmy, but I'm so fucking sick of the bloodline, and we'll get to that. Okay, Backlash. Jesus, I didn't mean to do a 3.5-minute rant on the draft.
What you did? You what? Got sidetracked by what? Anywho.
All right, so Backlash.
So
I think the first match.
The first match that was Belair and
Io Sky.
Yeah.
Who we are getting over on SmackDown, but
yeah, and
that was a great match.
Yeah, that was a good match, and after that it was kind of.
I think there was only one other match that was good, like enjoyably good, and I'm already blanking on a lot of it, so I'm not going to get too detailed.
We had Osmo or Osmo.
Yeah,
Osmo.
I know I want to say Osmo too, but that's not it.
Omos.
Omos.
And Seth Rollins.
That was a really good match. I think those might have been my two favorite matches, especially the Seth Rollins thing, like when he tries to do the stepping on the back of the neck thing that doesn't work, but then he has to get one by like jumping off the top rope. Yeah. That shit was really cool.
So, yeah. And then, of course, you had, how much some smaller? Did we have another one with three-way with Lashley and the big guy? The short big guy.
What was that three-way?
And a Theory. It was for the
Austin
belts.
Theory, yeah, Austin Theory, why am I going short round? I don't know where the fuck that came from.
The guy from, the newish guy from South Australia.
I'm just gonna look up the match, because I gotta open the full article. I was hoping I can get it just on the Google side, but let me start from the beginning.
I think you already
they just don't have it in any kind of accurate order. Anyways, we're thinking Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, and Bronson Reed. Okay. Yeah. That was kind of cool, because those are interesting people. We are getting Bobby Lashley over on whatchamacallit, and I guess we're getting Austin Theory. Where are we getting Theory? I can't remember. But we are getting Bronson Reed, and I like him. That was a pretty good match. So those are pretty much the three pretty good matches.
Bad Bunny and
Well, we'll get to that one. We had the Rhea Ripley and Zelina Vega. Yeah. That did nothing for me. I get it that in Puerto Rico and like it was a big deal. A lot of those people, a big deal for Zelina Vega. It was fine. It wasn't like annoying or bad. It was just like, eh. And they did do a pretty good job making me think she might take it from Rhea, but eh. So then, it was pretty short. I mean, that's all the matches. That was not a lot of matches.
There's a lot of filler between matches.
Yeah, there really was. Then we could... Oh, come on. Fucking, I don't need your nugget ad. So, yeah, the Bad Bunny Damian Priest one, that was pretty good.
That's street fight, yeah.
Yeah, I think what really helped and really sold that one was the crowd. Because that, honestly, crowd-based, that should have been the final. Because that got the biggest pop, the biggest excitement. The two matches after that were kind of let down in that regard.
Also with, again, the massive brawl between LWO and Judgment Day. Yeah,
and then like all like the old schoolers coming back in and really fucking with Finn and Dominic on the way out. That shit was really cool.
Yes, that all of that with... especially with the crowd that they were working with, that should have been the final fight.
And that stuff that was pretty good. So I did like that. Let's just talk about these last two and wrap it up then. So we had the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Matt Riddle in the Bloodline, and it was almost good. It could have been good until they pulled the same old bullshit, and then it's just like, here we are again. How fucking long is this fucking storyline gonna go on for? I think
they
all
are
of us are
dragging.
over the fuck out of it. Yeah, they are dragging the shit out of it.
Because when Sikoa almost gave the Samoa spike to one of his brothers.
Yeah, I remember which Uso, but one of them, yeah. Like, that would have been fucking epic.
Yeah.
And then have them fall apart right there, that would have been epic.
Especially because you can see, like, from the beginning of the match, Sikoa has had enough of his brothers.
And then I thought they re-won the titles, but it wasn't even a title match. I was like, oh, okay, I guess. So the whole thing was just kind of bullshitty to me. Yeah. And then we had the finale, which is Cody and Brock, and I'm like, I don't care. Brock Lesnar does nothing for me anymore, unless he's bringing a tractor down.
Somehow I managed to block that one from my memory.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all that. Unless he's bringing a tractor trailer down and ripping the ring up, like that should have been Brock Lesnar's end. He's never gonna fucking top that. And that was supposed to be like a retirement match. What's he still doing here? Like, that was a perfect send-off. But at this point, I'm like, I'm just over it. And why are you gonna heel turn him like that? Just, it's stupid. And then Cody, Cody's okay, but since they kind of botched his story at WrestleMania, because not that I wanted him to beat Roman at WrestleMania. I mean, I did. But it would have seemed too quick. I just think they tried to do this Cody thing way too fast, and it's very inaccurate, inconsistent in its flow. And so him and Brock, I mean, the turn that they had on that Raw or whatever it was, that was shocking and cool. Yeah. But this match, I'm like, oh, whatever.
And the fact that there's still, like, no explanation at all, I kind of, like...
They don't know. They probably just don't have a story for it. However, we get to possibly one of, not the, but one of the bloodiest matches that probably has happened in a long time. And obviously very unintentionally so. To the point where it kind of ended very quickly. And I theorize that it's like, everybody backstage was like, oh shit, that's a lot of blood. Oh shit, that's a lot of blood. And there was probably backstage like a thing of like, how much blood before it's too much blood? And we just need to...
Yeah, because
I think they ended it a little quick.
Because he bangs his head on a turnbuckle that had the padding removed.
And it ain't no fake shit. You can see that it was like a juicy, because it was right in camera, right in close up, a juicy fucking hit in like the soft spot here.
Well, probably hit. You know how like you see when like guys get really mad, there's like a vein that pops up. It's like I have a feeling it probably hit that.
Yeah, and I mean immediately, even as soon as it hit, you could see it start gushing. Yeah. And then a second later, you're seeing like Cody moved Brock away from his waistline, and Cody's already like half covered in blood. And then suddenly the ref has gloves on, and, and then Cody's getting blood all over his face and his arms, and he's coated. They're both so coated in blood, you almost can't tell they're coated in blood anymore.
It's that bad. And you're sitting here going like, oh, I hope he doesn't have any bloodborne diseases. I
assume there's some sort of testing stuff with all of that. I would hope.
So it ends with Lesnar trying to take Cody out with an arm lock to get him to submit, and Cody works his way out of that and manages to pin Brock,
well, he doesn't even work it out, right? He just kind of rolls him over into a pin. Yeah, it's like, really?
And you see Cody getting out of the ring. He's holding his arm, and he's not like taking any time to celebrate, bask or celebrate or anything. You see him; he's quickly making his way back, holding his arm, and he's like, did you actually hurt your arm that bad? Or instead of going, I'm covered in blood.
Oh God, this is so gross. I'm a man. I'm a big, strong man. As soon as he's behind the curtain.
Show. Because that's what I'm imagining the interior monologue is at that point.
Yeah, I enjoy her. But anyways, that was Backlash. That's what we thought about it. If I enjoyed it more, I would happily exclaim, it was a bloody good time.
I have to say, my favorite part of Backlash is just me imagining Cody's inner dialogue.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Yeah. All right, well, that's our thoughts on Backlash. What's next? It's the Saudi Arabia thing.
Oh yeah.
And the king and queen. I don't know. Anyways, we'll talk about that when the time comes. Oh, wait, hold on. Quick cameo.
Hi, Ibby. Ibby, look at the camera. Look at the camera. What's up? It's distracting her.
That's a happy family right there. There she is. Look. That's you. Look. You got it. No, she's just gonna rub on the. All right. Bye. Unboxing time. We have a Funko box. We're tight quarters. We could have opened this forever ago, but Amazon is wonky and weird, and for some reason they gave me the impression this was a Guardians Volume 3 box. I guess I should have opened the Amazon box. I'm almost done with a
Do
bottle
we have
of wine.
another Amazon box with a box?
No,
or
this
is
was the
only
last.
one?
This was the latest.
Okay.
So we got Ant-Man Quantumania Funko box. We're gonna open this. I'm gonna hope that we get something with MODOK, because I know a lot of people shat on it, but I fucking loved MODOK in this. Now, granted, my most recent, most beloved version of MODOK was the Patton Oswalt Hulu show.
Yeah.
By the way,
Is that getting another season?
I don't think so. No, it got canceled. I just wanted to show that off. We actually bought the popcorn and the cup on the way out of the theater for once, because they were selling out of them. But anyways, so we're gonna open this up. We're gonna see what we get. We liked it. You saw a review. We enjoyed the fuck out of this. It wasn't the best. It wasn't Guardians 3, but it wasn't fucking.
Thor: Dark World.
Okay, thank you. I was trying to think, what do I consider to be my least favorite Marvel movie, and that might be it. Although that has Natalie Portman, so it's still good. She's no Mary, but Natalie Portman and.
Come on.
All right, I'm gonna do the t-shirt, because I always do the t-shirt because I like t-shirt. We got a gray shirt.
The King?
Oh yeah, we have the whole Kang situation now, don't we? I do wonder how Marvel's gonna resolve that.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask you what the current status is.
I'll tell you off camera. We don't need to talk
Okay.
about that here.
All right.
That's not what I thought it was. It was Kang. I was hoping.
King and then
I don't really. This one's okay. It's
okay.
different, but it's.
Given how colorful Quantumania is, I feel like this is like the antithesis of
Yeah,
that.
I think that's what's bothering me. Yeah, because Quantumania is a beautiful film that is great in IMAX and probably even cooler in 3D. I wish we should have seen it in 3D.
They would schedule 3D at reasonable times.
Well, it's either that or like, give me IMAX 3D. When they make movies in IMAX 3D, why are they not scheduling IMAX 3D? That shit will sell out. People will do it. Anyways, shirts have been better. It's not this. I'm just telling you right now. I need the Room Funko Pops. I will buy Pops again for that.
Okay,
I rarely
got
buy
this
Pops.
sticker.
Oh, I thought it was some weird advertisement thing.
Penn Van Dyne Foundation.
Again, for such a colorful, interesting movie, how dull and boring.
Yeah.
Although that might actually look kind of cool on a guitar case. Because
Actually, it's probably clear. It's clear.
okay. Oh, I
So
see.
you should like put it like on a window or something.
Oh,
like,
if it's
on
clear,
your
then
car.
then it ain't gonna work on a guitar case because it'll be black on black. Shit.
Yeah.
Wow, I find a positive, and they're like, nah, fuck you, Eric. Can the pen be cool? Okay, if this is a MODOK pen, I'll be happy about it. Yeah! Okay, it's not great, but it's not bad. I wanted it to be, this has like the battle mask
Yeah,
down.
the visor down.
I want it without the battle mask. I love the ridiculousness of him without a battle mask. But that's actually still pretty fucking cool.
Grr. Arr.
Garrett, oh. I didn't,
Oh, am I missing things? News.
oh, you don't know that,
Okay. Eric gets to catch me up on shit.
yeah.
Okay, that's the card.
Yeah, it's the card. We'll slide that under. So we got 2 pops.
Are we done with just the pops? Okay.
Should be, yeah, sticker, pin, shirt, 2 pops.
Okay, so hold on, I'm gonna flip this over.
I'm gonna set my wine aside so I don't knock it over.
Don't look, don't look,
I'm
don't
not.
look.
I'm not.
All right, we've got Ant-Man with no
Unmasked.
helmet. I'm not sure why this is considered like.
Because he probably only has the mask in the stores.
Yeah.
If I was still like really into pops, I would be cool with this one. Like it would be like, oh, that's a good one to have if I'm a Marvel pop collector. But I'm not. I'm at that end phase of a pop collector where it's like, you know what, one or two occasionally.
Exact same pose it looks like.
Yeah, they just reuse the body.
Yeah.
Do you realize our first Marvel Collector's Core was an Ant-Man box?
Was it?
Mm-hmm. And it had like the 6-inch, like, it had a 6-inch Ant-Man, and then it also had like the tiny one.
Oh.
But yeah, our very first collector core. Actually, the first, because we were on board from the start. Honestly, it's just Amazon auto renew. It's like, you know, it's not expensive. I'll take it. I like the shirts, usually. All right, and then last but not least, piece of MODOK. It's not going to be a MODOK, but
Cassie.
with helmet on.
Well,
yeah.
she's not one of the 4.
That's true, but I mean, she might be in another wave or something, but that's true. She's at least not advertised on the back. I mean, I like the character in the movie and whatnot, but, you know, I mean, I'm just like, it's just kind of a basic pop.
Does she have a visor on, or did they just paint her face purple?
No, she has a visor on. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's flat against it. It's supposed to be the visor that's purple, but they've just painted her face purple. It's not 2 separate sections of vinyl or anything.
Because I've seen where they do actually
have this, yeah, but they're like, let's save a few shekels because nobody cares. The wasp looks weird on here. The actual store-bought wasp. See, now they have MODOK with Battle Shield down. Mm-hmm. What would have been great in here is if you want to do this helmet, no helmet, exclusive bullshit.
He's got his face mask on.
No, that's what I'm saying. Battle Shield down.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is it would have been great to, make the exclusive shield up. Mm-hmm. And then I would have been like, yes, I love that. I'm keeping it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
As it stands, this is a terribly underwhelming box. This is one of the worst Marvel boxes I've had in a while.
We were underwhelmed with whatever the last one was that we opened. And I can't remember what it was.
Elementals? No. Some of them have been pretty, I mean, some of them have some cool shit still, even for not being huge into it, but some of them are eh. This was very eh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, oh wow. This is such an underproduced box. They don't even have, like, Guardians 3 is the next one. That's why I'm so confused. They don't even have, like, here's what's in the box. Mm. You know, usually they would have, like, the photo of...
I know.
I'm going to read it. They would normally have that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it says, these tiny heroes pack a big punch. Inside the Marvel Studios Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania Marvel Collector Core box, you'll find a vinyl bobblehead of Ant-Man Unmasked, a vinyl bobblehead of Cassie Lang, an enamel pin of MODOK. You'll also find a decal, it's a decal, not a sticker, featuring the logo for Pim Van Dyne Foundation, as well as a t-shirt featuring Ant-Man and the Wasp in Funko Pop form as they travel through the quantum realm. So they did the normal writing, but they couldn't even be bothered to take pictures of the products. I think Guardians next time.
Hopefully that'll be better.
It's gotta be. Cosmo? Cosmo. Or... Not a spoiler. Yes, not a spoiler. Teefs. Anyways, there you go.
All right, are we done?
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I did not buy this. Oh, hi, Ant-Man. All right, more shit. Fuck it.
Yes, I see this. Jack, you might want to jump the other way if you're going to jump.
Hi. If you did, Jack. Are you going to lay back down?
Look at this boy. He owns the mama.
Here you go, Jack.
Buddy.
Hi. Yeah. There we go.
So we're gonna make a cocktail. We're just gonna film it. We're watching some Raw. There you go, it's rolling, it's too. By the way, the draft is still fucking me. We're in the middle of Raw, and I found out Nikki Ash is staying at Raw. I'm like, God damn it!
First time we've seen her in a while.
That's true. Apparently she's busy with a, what's the word I used?
Thesis.
Thesis, yeah, college stuff. Anyways, today we're gonna make something new. I found this online from cocktailsaway.com. It's an Ancho, basically I got this, because Danny Trejo and some other drinks, I got this Ancho Reyes liqueur. It's like a Ancho chili liqueur. I also got the Verde version, which is a Poblano version. But today we're gonna make the Ancho Daiquiri. And I am gonna double this up because I feel like watching shitty shark movies later, so I wanna be ripped. So This one is a rum cocktail. The single version says 1.5 ounces of rum, 3/4 ounce of lime juice, 3/4 ounce of the Ancho Reyes, and 1/2 ounce of agave. So we're gonna double all that up. I'm excited about this.
So start with 3 ounces of rum?
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't say what kind of rum. So when it doesn't say, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume.
With a daiquiri, I think a lot of times you will go with either a silver or a standard rum.
Well, okay, there's white, there's dark, and there's gold, which is kind of the blend.
Yeah. White or gold.
Okay, so we're gonna go white. We have all 3 rums because we like our booze. 2 ounces, 1 ounce. We're good.
I haven't made a dark and strong in a while.
Yummy. Let's get this puppy opened. I thought that was gonna be a lot harder than that. That was actually pretty easy.
Fairly an inconvenience.
I mean, it was slightly inconvenience. I had to open it. What do you mean it wasn't opened for me?
I would just twist it.
Yeah, that's what you would do. But obviously, I like to make things more complicated. I thought you knew me, Mary. Okay, how much of that am I gonna want? I'm gonna want 1.5 ounces because I'm doubling. See how well this.
What's it smell like?
Kind of tequila, but not quite as like woof tequila. I don't know. You want to smell?
That's actually an almost delicate smell.
Yeah, interesting. All right, so what did I say I need? 1.5 ounces. Okay. Ooh. Almost feel like we should have gone with the gold tequila so the color would match. Okay, got that.
I think Jack may have clawed my shoulder a little
Oh, Jack, don't do that to your mommy. 1/2 ounce of agave, so we actually want 1 ounce. I gotta look into agave. I'm pretty sure. I mean, not that this is bad, but I'm pretty sure this is lower end agave. It's literally the only one my Total Wine carries. So I'm gonna say it's somewhere in the middle, probably. And 3/4 ounces of lime juice, so we want 1.5 ounces of lime juice. I just squeezed 2 of my tiny limes, which is just about perfect. Okay. And then I'm thinking we can get some ice in there and shake.
Shake.
Yep, add all ingredients to a shaker with ice. Shake for 20 to 30 seconds. That's somewhat unusual. Usually it's like a 10-second shake. We got a lot. We're gonna put a little more extra ice in there than usual. Not a lot, maybe not. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go 7 eggs. All right, we're gonna shake. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, I couldn't go high enough. Oh, fuck, my hand is freezing.
I was wondering.
It didn't start getting cold till about 20, though. I will say that. I'm gonna start with a little ice. We can always add a little more. 4 cubes. Because since I made a double, I don't want to overstuff with ice. We're maybe gonna strain this. There we go. All right. Not quite the color I was expecting. Almost looks a little more like apple juice or pineapple juice.
Yeah. Whenever you say this is a daiquiri, right?
Yeah, Ancho Daiquiri, apparently.
Yeah, the thing is, I think whenever I hear the word daiquiri, I think I almost always hear like strawberry daiquiri.
Like frozen strawberry daiquiri?
Yeah, so.
That's what I always picture as a blended frozen strawberry daiquiri, but.
So it's just like, That's not pink.
Well, it certainly didn't look pink in the thing either, so
Yeah,
that's fine.
Vroom! Vin Diesel at it again. Okay. Interesting. It's got a little thickness. I think that's more from the agave than anything.
Alright, well, thumbs up.
Ooh. Ooh, it smells good.
Now, is it spicy?
No. It's good. Ooh, that's good. If there's any spice in there, I'm not getting it, so you could definitely handle it. There might be a little spice on the back end.
Alright.
And I don't know that Mary's gonna love it because it is kind of lime-ish, but ooh, it's good. It's fucking good. It's just kind of sweet lime. Yeah, there's like kind of a throat heat, but like not like, it's not sharp, it's very dull.
Yeah, I sense it a little more up front, but most of it fades pretty
It's
fast.
a real smooth heat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good drink.
Thing is, that's pretty much all I kind of taste when I swallow is heat, though.
Okay, well, you're a little more sensitive to it.
Yeah.
The vibe I get from this feels like a cocktail I'd get in the Caribbean. Like one of our resorts. Yeah. And they got like the special of the day, and I'd be like, I'm drinking this all day. I don't know it's one that I'm like, ooh, I'm going to crave. It's not like a Capriosca, you know, which is the vodka version of a Caprahini. But
I could drink that, but I don't think that'd be good for me. Because, alright, I took 2 sips, and I feel like it's already sitting on my stomach kind of funny.
Oh.
So.
Oh, poor weak, sad, weakling. It's my nipple.
You couldn't get. You've actually got pretty good protection with that
I know.
shirt.
This shirt is a little.
That.
Also, I
Screen print is.
I just realized it's very. Am I wearing the shirt off? Because like, this is like. Here's my nipple. Here's the edge of the print. Here's my nipple over here, and here's the edge of the print. Hold on here. Are my nipples lopsided, or is there? Oh, maybe the shirt was just offset. Yeah. Okay, that's better. The shirt was just offset.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. No, you're supposed to zoom in on the nipple. That's what they really want. YouTube's gonna hate me. No. All right, that's the cocktail. And that's where we're going to end this vlog. I like this drink. All right, I hope we had fun. I had fun. Did you have fun? We all had fun. It's fun for everyone. What, next week? Obviously, we'll talk about F9. We don't have a movie in the theater planned next week. Because this week either I was supposed to, honestly, I was gonna start working on song demos last night. Really can't say anything, but something completely unexpected and potentially life-changingly awesome came up and sent me down a more interesting rabbit hole. So it's either that or playing Jedi Survivor, which I still have not. I even thought about doing that today, but then my room was too hot. So we'll see. If you're wondering about Jedi Survivor, it'll come when it comes. I mean, it's not gonna be forever. But I'll get to it. I want to play it. I'm not excited to make the videos per se. Like, I don't want that to sound bad. Like, I'm happy to make the videos. I'm just not excited to have to do it as a video. But I need to wrap this vlog up so I can edit it. Because it's 12:38. It's 66 degrees outside, which is like perfect t-shirt, party on the deck, listen to punk rock weather, and think about this new life thing. So that's probably what I'm going to do. That or I'm going to go watch horror movies. I think Evil Dead Rise is on digital as of now. Kind of want to rewatch it. Still want to watch Evil Dead Remake. Also still have a couple of horror pack movies left to watch on my own to complete March and April.
Actually, I think it's just April. I think I've finished March, but good times. And SmackDown is still pretty cool. Not SmackDown, Raw. This Raw has been better than Backlash, honestly, so far. We got like an hour of it left. Some good shit still to come. All right, well, how y'all feeling? Let me know. Comment, geek out, whatever. Give me some fun reading to do. Click the thumbs up button. Give me that good old thumb of encouragement as I do lots of bread carrots. 3/4 portions. Jesus. Why is delicious food so fattening? Please remember that we will get through this. We will get through this together. Alright, check out my music anywhere you listen to music. Look up Eric Butts, especially on Spotify. It really helps there. Check out ericbutts.com for all your other funky butt goodness. Lots of content and more ways to support the channel with the links in the description below. So click that see more button to see more butts. I'm going to get on out of here so I can finish this up and go party. And tomorrow night's pasta night. Although pasta isn't... the special isn't sounding great. I'm sure it is great, because everyone knows what the fuck they're doing. But I'm excited for them to switch it up. They're going to switch up and stop doing pasta night. Pasta night's going to be more of a winter thing. We're thinking kind of a Cuban / taco Tuesday night kind of dealy. And they know they're Cuban flavors, so I'm in. I'm in for a lot of things. Okay, I gotta go. I love y'all. Thank y'all. See y'all later. Oh, bye, vlog.